Welcome to Action Unwind. I'm Drew. This is Dean. We're talking all things collectibles. Thanks for joining us on today's episode. Big focus on Joes. G.I. Joes for those who are new to the line, such as myself. I am a Joe-aholic of maybe, 2 months? Maybe? 2 months.
I'll give you 2 months.
Might be bad for some of you to hear that, but it's not that I didn't know about it as a kid and stuff. My heart was in Spider-Man, Marvel Legends, stuff like that. It took me at a young age, and that's where my focus was. With the Legends in the state that it currently is, we won't get too sour or anything like that, but just it starts to bring the eye onto other things. It starts to bring the eye towards figures that have insane amounts of articulation, really decent price point for all the weapons, all the backpacks, all the different things that you're getting in the good paint apps. So I thank you, Mr. Dean, for bringing that into my life. Let's talk more about it.
G.I. Joes. Man, what a...
Good talk.
What a good talk.
Next segment.
Very nostalgic for me. I have an older brother, who's dear to my heart, who brought me into this. I still remember our first Christmas. I remember the first Joe he got was Dusty. The first one I think I got was might have been Law and Order. I don't know. It was probably earlier than that.
Law and Order. Dun, dun.
Wait till they bring him out. Just
dun, dun.
Yeah,
like the show? Nice.
Not so much. Anyway, so pumped for this line. I mean, the Classifieds have been going for a while now.
It's not new news.
No, it's not new news. It's new for you.
New for me. Yeah.
But man, they're just escalating. They're getting better and better. I mean, the first wave. Listen, this is a place. Unwind is for you to come talk about what you enjoy. Sure, there's some grievances. No big deal.
Yeah,
but we're not here to destroy anything. I know there's a lot of people unhappy with Wave 1. The cool thing about Hasbro is they tried to bring in the Joes, which haven't been on the market for a long time. You see Legends, you see Turtles, you see a whole bunch of stuff that get a facelift every couple of years, and they're back. Joes haven't been around for a while. The movies were kind of a dud, but what they're doing right now with this classified line, they tried to give it a bit of a futuristic look. These gold paint apps, all that sort of stuff. A lot of people raising their hands.
A little too hot.
But Hasbro listens. Hasbro's already put out repaints for those. They have a retro line. There's about 6-7 retros.
Someone
now.
like me though too with the retros. While we're talking about it, let's talk gung ho real quick. You got.
Oh, I just said you got in a place to complain.
You got a gung ho that is neon turquoise. Nothing wrong with it. I respect the figure. I like it. Aquamarine. Pardon, Ma.
It's just over there.
I lean more towards the gung ho with the olive green attire.
The Chuck
but
Liddell.
that's the thing.
He loves the Chuck Liddell version.
The
Chuck,
nice thing. Yeah.
Iceman, you're great.
Like, subscribe, Iceman. No. The nice thing is, I understand that there's that retro need. Like, you look at me with my Spider-Man collection, it's all the Fox series. I needed that Fox series, you know what I mean? So I respect that for sure. I do appreciate the versatility, though, that there's not just one Joe. There's 2 Outbacks, there's 3 Snake Eyes, there's 2 Gung Ho's and stuff. So I like the versatility for sure.
The best thing about it is to just choose your favorite, right? It doesn't matter. There's no wrong one to have. It's whichever one is nostalgic to you, which is the one that you need in your collection, and they got it. And, I mean, do we need 17 Snake Eyes? Probably not. But you have your option. You have your option. For me right
different
now,
moods.
I'm gonna
Moonstone Snake Eyes.
I gotta bring it up.
Did you want help lifting?
I'm gonna
this haul.
Grab two.
You want me to grab 2?
So I can't stop with these right now. The Crimson Guards. This is number.
We can't stop.
Oh no! Stop it! Stop. We're cutting that. This is number 5, 6, 7, and 8. I have a few more. They're in the glass right now on the shelf in front of Serpentor, in my display.
Why do they stand so close like this?
These figures for me lights out. This color, like the Crimson. This is one of those figures that just pops for me.
I gotta squeeze in. Being new to Joe's, gunned right for these. I didn't know what army building was. Sure. These are the ones I went for. They pop. The black with the red with the silver and all the stuff you get.
Yeah, I'm sure there's many waves where there can be some army builders.
Except for
G.I. Joe, don't do that. G.I. Joe has many different options for army building. If army building is your thing, man, this is one of them. You gotta go for it. It's a beauty. But for this one, the color pops. Like for me, releasing some of these are like just right out of the ones I had as a kid. For me, as I said earlier, one of my favorite Joes I'm waiting for is Sci-Fi.
I was going to say.
Lime green, like, for me, I hope he doesn't get an upgrade. Give him that
I'll
sick
get him in
retro 80s.
I'll get him in olive green.
Yeah, you get him.
He'll go right next to my gung-ho.
Sure. Anyway, this figure, for the price point, and actually for this right now, what I do want to give a special shout out is our good friends at ECollectables up here in Canada.
Oh, man.
This is where I just got these from. Quick 2-day turnaround. Just the shipping is fast, the service, the quality.
And not only, I gotta say too, and I'll talk more about my own experience with them a little bit, but the packaging. It's packaged properly. It's taken care of. It has that TLC that's gonna make us come back to it. So be sure, take 2 seconds, go into the description, go check out their page. Phenomenal place to be, for sure.
If you haven't yet, by all means, order from ECollectables. But yeah, these right now, for me, for my army building, that's it. I'm going to stop at 8. It fills up my collection properly.
I'm going to stop at 18.
I should probably stop now.
Maybe go to 20. I don't know, it's a good number.
That I'm looking at adding, like, again, this is a bit more updated. The difference here, probably a bit darker of a red than the original Crimson Guard. It should be Crimson Red, but it was brighter as a kid. The black mask is new. They have a retro card back one that has the silver mask, which is more
get a one-off
unique to the toy, the cartoon. So I will get that as kind of their captain, their leader, their officer.
Possibly some Shadow Crimson Guards that I've heard rumors of. I don't even know if those are a thing.
I can see,
but I can see these things as being smoked out, black, gray, look awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. That Hiss tank like lights out. That thing's gonna be unreal. They've just announced the Hiss team, which is a range viper, a trooper, and I believe a Viper? I'd have to go back and look, but
I am not qualified to answer that
that's
question.
Fine.
I'm new.
But they're just
is it gung ho?
They're a little bit darker, but that color scheme you're looking for is great. This is a perfect figure to add to that. I'm sure there'll be more Hiss team.
I would like to know what they're building. Please comment down below. What are you army building? And is it 1,000 Crimson Guards?
If you find more Crimson Guards, send them to me.
Send your Crimson Guards to actionunwind@gmail.com. Real quick, we talk ECollectables, we talk Joes and stuff. I would like to bring up a little segment that we call Figure Victory on Action Unwind.
And your half of the order.
And my half of the order. Right on. So Figure Victory, it's that figure that you either missed out on a pre-order. You joined a line like G.I. Joe's a couple months too late, and you found out about a guy named Serpentor, and you thought, holy crap, this is a cool figure. Serpentor, Sir Slippery Skin, I don't know his name. But amazing figure. I came over to Dean's, he had this figure pre-ordered. I was like, wow. He told me the backstory, I became very invested. I thought everything about him was really cool, unique. ECollectables hooked it up, and they made it super easy for me to get a hold of this figure. Not sent for free. I paid. I want to. That's how I like to support. But they hooked it up. I got this figure right away at a very good price. So thanks to ECollectables. Links in the description there. What a wild figure. Dean, you got to tell them more about it. Tell me more about it.
Yeah, man, Serpentor. I mean, this is right out of the cartoon, right out of the original figure, which I still have boxed up in my collection. From when I was a child. I mean, again, just everything. The mouth opening up with
the articulation.
Everything.
And the detail, the small things, the rivets on the back.
Yeah, the fan can turn at the back here. But the Serpentor, the cool thing is he comes with like a new, again, updated...
His cape has built-in wind action.
It does. And that's cool, right? The snake scales on the back, very similar to the Supreme Snake Cobra Commander that came out. The Snake Supreme one. The new cowl, updated cowl, but you get the retro cowl as well, which is pretty awesome. I will say
all the collectors.
I will say this bad boy outshines the retro cowl. I will say it, but
that's my figure victory for this week. Thank you, ECollectables.
My figure victory is in the same line. I should bring them out on also my
Air Chariot,
but I won't. Yeah, mine for sure is
Air Chariot.
Yeah, everyone. It's got to be Bazooka. Man, this is one of the ones, one of the original bad boys for me.
When I first got into it, you were telling me about Bazooka, and I was like, "Oh, I think I saw that guy." You're like, "No." Oh, there's one out there. There's one that's out there, but not the red jersey one.
The Tiger Force. I'm not knocking the Tiger Force. I have the Outback Tiger Force in my collection. I might get the rest of them. I'm not sure yet. But for me, the original, the red jersey, the 14, iconic to this figure. Love the updated. Man, everything to it. Right, little bombs. Everything will come out. All the ones are detailed with separate stickers. Everything over this figure is just a huge win for me, and super happy again to,
Maybe that's something that they can let us know too. Comments below. Red jersey, white jersey. Which one are you going for?
Red.
You going Team Dean or I haven't decided yet.
Or Team Gunlow over here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
red jersey, white jersey,
beauty figure, big win for me. Happy to have the whole wave was awesome, but something about this one just when I had it in hand, I didn't think he was going to like it as much as I did, and for me,
it's the mustache. It's the mustache.
It's
the mustache.
It's the Freddie Mercury mustache that does it for me. It's
I want to bazooka. That being said, please comment down below your figure victory the past week. Is it a vehicle? Is it a figure? Is it 14 Crimson Guards? Who knows what it could be?
Yeah, outside of that figure, just whatever you're collecting. Is it a comic? Is it anything like that? Just let it go. Whatever you're into, let us know.
Is it Abba Zaba?
Hey,
Abba Zaba. Not a figure, but still, we'll respect it.
Let's kick off the next piece here. Custom couch.
Who is on our custom couch this week?
On our custom couch this week. I'll start for sure here. Custom couch for us. Any sort of custom. If it's a mild kit bash, if it's a full out custom, it's cool to see it.
It doesn't have to be clay and paint, though we appreciate that. Please send your pictures into our comments and stuff, but it doesn't have to be a super complex thing. Little things go a long way.
Absolutely. There are some amazing customizers out there, things that people are doing that we can't even touch. For me, it was just a simple kit bash of some Snake Eyes. Go ahead, bring it out.
You mean the olive pants, green, not needed to be changed?
Again,
Snake Eyes?
There are a whole bunch.
It's my first day.
There's so many. I don't even know if you've seen.
You said there's like 4 Snake Eyes? 5 Snake Eyes?
There might be 6 at this point. I don't know. Anyway, for me, this one's pretty cool. I had to get it because I wanted the white timber. For me, as everyone can remember, I keep talking about the childhood figures I had. There is my original version 2 Snake Eyes.
With actual size timber?
Yeah, I have them. I got timber packed away as well, but I wanted to bring it out for the comparison today. For me, this was Snake Eyes for me growing up. I know that there was a straight arm Wave 1. There was many more. The Wave 3 one was pretty cool too as kids. But this one for me was the Snake Eyes. So what I did is I needed to buy this 2-pack for timber in white from the toy line I had. I didn't enjoy everything else happening.
You don't like olive pants?
So
I get it.
Not for me.
These things happen.
I don't like his slacks. So what I had to do was I had to pull all of his gray accents off and throw it onto this one. So here is the first release classified Snake Eyes. I pulled off all the extras, the bands, the bandolier, the holsters.
One more time, what was that? A bandolier?
The bandolier.
Is that like a lute?
It is a bandolier.
Okay.
So I pulled all of those black accents off. I took the gray ones off this one, threw it on here. The helmet, the head on this one is the helmet from the exclusive Master Disguise Zartan. Again, because that gray on the visor just really pops. And then I took the armbands off this one and put them on the boots, similar to the, those ankle weights.
Yeah.
That he's wearing, but either way.
You're like similar to the,
so
I'm like, I have no idea what the series is.
Back to what is important to you, what is important to your community, in your collection. This was the Snake Eyes I grew up with. That's the one I had to have. So
relatively simple fix.
Super quick fix.
Now,
you
and
gotta
the thing
buy
is,
this one anyway for
I was going to say,
everything else.
That's exactly my next point is you got to buy, okay, you got to spend 60, 70 bucks maybe on this, but you're buying it for timber as well.
Don't scare everybody. 60, 70 up here in
Canada. Canadian moolas.
Down south in the
but also, on top of that, yeah, you're getting the bits and pieces, but you're also getting the guns, the swords, you're getting additional stuff.
He comes with some really additional
You really get your
cool
money's
stuff.
worth.
Yeah.
You get additional body. Hey, because the pants are green and not a traditional Snake Eyes, maybe you can get away with another dusty body or another head swap or something like that. You can use the whole thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, on the custom couch, again, like we mentioned, it's not always clay paint and extensive customs. I give props to those people who can. There's some amazing people, like Dean said, doing work out there with customs. For me, I loved this Outback from the moment I saw it. I do like the Tiger Force one. I think it's cool. It's probably in my future for sure. But this was the one that hit home. This is the OG.
Carrot Top, that's him.
This is it. Captain Carrot Top for sure. Loved him. Super, super simple thing that I think goes a long way. I had an extra stalker handkerchief, men's curtain, however you want to call it, army scarf. Sure, that one sounds good too. And literally popped the top on Outback and threw the bandeau.
It does look cool.
Bandana or whatever the heck you want to call it around his neck, and I think it just adds a little bit of a little bit of sauce to the Outback Steakhouse himself. Sure. But yeah, no, little goes a long way with it. please let us know. Do you do customs, full bore, clay, 3D printing pieces? Are you painting people's red pants blue? Sometimes you get a little on the wild side. But that's who we got going on our custom couch this week. What are we going to talk about next? Ooh, I know what we're going to talk about next. Dean, have you ever seen your G.I. Joes and thought, you know what? These are quite amazing figures, but I just need that little bit of something to jazzercise and
accoutrement.
I don't know what that means, but hopefully that's legal on our channel. But
yeah,
I gotta say, I love the guns, I love the knives, I love everything that comes with Joes. But you have brought something else into the Joes, which elevates the pose game. It elevates the photo game. If you do figure photography, let's talk Gridiron.
Gridiron Studios out of Arizona. Yeah, these guys are doing some custom work that are just escalating and elevating the not only G.I. Joe Classifieds. There's other lines that they're adding to
one
now.
Of many, yeah.
One of many. But they are just like, if you're into figure photography, if you just want to elevate your displays,
evolve your stature of figures. I got a nosebleed from saying that.
I blocked out what happened. Sorry. Gridiron Studios. So what these guys are doing, like, they have this Elite Operator set. As you can see, custom, beautiful cases. They have their logo on it. When you open it up, you'll get to see... Oh, and I'll show you. It one's empty right now. I have it on my Rock and Roll right now, who is also an absolute banger of a figure. You'll see here that what they're doing. I have this custom made, well, not personally, but from Gridiron Studios, this G36. Silencer pops off, the sight pops off, mag comes out, and it comes with a foam case, comes with a handgun. The clips and magazines come out of those as well.
Well, it's all cut to fit too. Like
it's insane.
I'm assuming if you were to buy an actual G36, that's what it's going to look like and come with.
Incredible. And as you can see too, they do things outside of that. So part of this Elite Operator set, they just have outside of guns, military.
Yeah, different type of artillery.
Cigars. Like, check this out. Like, I have this like shortened cigar. Just fits in every one of the trigger fingers. Looks great. I have one up there in Kingpin's mouth as well. It just takes your figures to the next level. They also have character loadouts. So character loadouts, what those are, here's a couple more we can open up. The character loadouts are for those that are so nostalgic that when these Joes didn't come with their original accessories from when you were a child, they make those. They package them together. These are unbelievable. Like the Twin Desert Eagles, again, mags come out, 50 cal,
single rounds magazine,
and they make them in different colors as well. This is just a plain color. They do a army green, they do a desert storm. You can see the silencer. You can get in green or you can get in red at the scope. Yeah. And then again, along with the Elite Operator series, they have little add-ons just like so. For those of you that are big fans of The Rock, if you remember...
The movie The Rock.
The movie The Rock, not...
You can YouTube it.
Dwayne, we like you too, but the movie The Rock with Connery, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
You'll see that, the stuff that they put out, man, this stuff feels like it should be made by Mattel, by Hasbro. These guys are doing some incredible things. So
relatively good prices too for what you're getting.
Absolutely.
The caliber of,
good shipping. For those friends up here in Canada, they do ship across the border, which is great.
We will link those guys description below for sure. Absolutely. Check them out.
Check them out. Yep. Outside of the elevation of your Joes, we're big fans of the Valaverse line too. Maybe we'll chat about that.
Sure, let's get into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, let's get into it. So Valaverse, if it's new to you, amazing figures. Good price point for what you get, depending on where you're from anywhere. I got Trigger here. What you see is what you get. Really good articulation. Good plastic. When you're moving the arms, when you're moving the legs, it doesn't feel cheap. Really, I'll say, pretty good competitive looking guns and stuff. I still would like to lean towards some Gridiron additions 100%. In the future. One thing too that I love, posable hands with many different functions. I got the relaxed hand here on Trigger, but this also serves as a hand for holding the machine gun. You've got the pistol and everything that comes with it.
6 hands, yeah.
Yeah,
the nice thing about this too, like outside of I know what you're going to bring up with some of the add-ons coming out.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I like about these is that even though they're in like high demand and like short supply, I know that the guys over at Action Force or at Valaverse are getting better and better at upping their numbers. I know there's been some frustrations with their website and all that, but man, small company starting to grow.
They're doing what they can.
They're
going
to get it together. Right? I've had a good opportunity. Again, my good friends at eCollectables is where I support up here in Canada and get, instead of going direct from, because they don't ship up to Canada, unfortunately. I will go from eCollectables, and I mean, when you can get them, they're great. They're cheaper than the classifieds, obviously. They're able to put out some great product, very similar in quality, and a little bit cheaper, and they just gel well with this line.
They do. Like, I mean, you could stand him right next to rock and roll, and it fits. You know what I mean? Some of those add-ons we did mention just before, maybe 2-3 weeks maybe before SDCC.
Yeah,
they've got some vehicles coming. We're going to talk more about those.
The Vanguard.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about those as we get more. We've got basic renders now. That's about it. But they are bringing in something that I have been dying for, where you can see Trigger's head. It's relatively calm. It's just regular relaxed pose. They are bringing in screaming faces. Yeah. Which is, you don't shoot a machine gun straight face, calm. You don't shoot a bazooka without screaming. Maybe you do.
Sure.
Not this guy. I want to be able to show that in figures.
I scream anything I do.
Yeah, everything I do.
But yeah, it's great. And again, price point, that Vanguard's going to come in. So for those that, can't afford to do the HasLab, even though they're as great as they are, sometimes the price thing can be a factor.
You have to do what works with you and your budget.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Some good quality at a cheap price, and those vehicles will fit your Joes as well, which is awesome. But yeah, those screaming heads, some of the repaints ever done, those ghillie suits coming, all that stuff just looks awesome.
Looks incredible.
Awesome. Yeah.
There's a lot more things on Gridiron's site. There's a lot more things on Valaverse's site that we want you guys to discover. Please go and hit the link in the description below. Check them out. We didn't even talk about, they've got sets coming out for Gridiron. Grass sets, campfire sets. They work with Indiana Jones. They work with Valaverse. They work with Joe.
Yeah, you see those
they
maps?
Work with Jurassic
they
Park.
Have like maps, material
fabric
maps.
So please go check it out.
Yeah.
So we're going to call it there today for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here with us. Make sure you get into the comments below. Start throwing your 2 cents. The more that you spend with us, and the more
with all of us,
with all of us, including these,
go get them,
freaking Crimson Guards.
Ship them this way.
Hope to talk to you soon, and thank you for taking the time to unwind. Make sure you do the same.